X.
Get up and bounce, let me hear that praise from your mouth. Let me hear you stand up and shout if you know just what I'm talking about. Hey, get up and bounce.
Hello, my name is Joel Heath, number 79 for the Detroit Lions. It's been such an incredible, fulfilling ride. This is going on year 6 for me in the NFL. You know, most people, the average span is like 3.5 years. And even for an undrafted free agent, I don't know if you guys know what that means, but I didn't get drafted. I went through a lot to get to the point that I'm at now. And much of that was the result of just trusting God and hearing his voice through every season, every situation, every adversity, and knowing that he would be my strength, that he would help me through it, that he would give me peace, that he would give me clarity. You see the theme here, like God is the reason for all things. And we sometimes neglect that or ignore that because it's so much around us. There's so many things that distract us and take us away from that. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. What I'm here to talk about is my story of it. I want you to know this. I want you to hear this because it's so important for you to know, like, wherever you are in life, whether you feel like you missed an opportunity, whether you feel like you're a kid and you're trying to figure things out, whether you don't have a sense of direction, whatever it might be, hearing this could help you, you know? So look, I won't go through the whole thing, like my whole timeline in life, but I'll give you a little bit here. Some really key points in my life that helped me. I think the first part is football has been a part of my life since I was 10 years old, since I was in grade school. And it's important to understand that because football wasn't something that I wanted to do. I feel like I was kind of pushed into it because of my size. And also, you know, of course, you get to, you know, build friendships and relationships when you play sports. So I did it and I stuck with it. And I never really quit, even though there were times when I wanted to. And I began to see how much it changed me. It made me stronger, more resilient with certain situations in life. But I still struggled in so many other areas. I struggled socially, dealing with bullying. I struggled academically a lot. In fact, so much so, like even in high school, I had like a 1.5 GPA my sophomore year. That's a cumulative, you know? And I think a lot of it had to do with all the things that I was dealing with outside of academics, all the struggles and things that I faced there. And it sucked, right? But God had an answer and he had a purpose. So he put the right people in my life and he allowed for me to make it out of high school and get to Michigan State University, where I spent 5 years there obtaining my degree. And even in all of that, there was so much adversity. You would have counted me out to ever be able to go to the NFL. I wasn't one of the main pieces at Michigan State as far as performance. Now, you know, when you think about things that happen in the locker room and conversations as a leader, that's a different thing, you know. But from the standpoint of field, you know, you would have said like, no, he wouldn't be the one to go to be year 6 in the NFL. But God had a different plan. And in the last year, my 5th year, when I was about to quit it all, you know, the thing that I heard him say was, just keep going. Just don't quit. I know it looks bleak. I know it looks crazy. I know you don't know what's going to happen next. But just trust me. And I think that was always and has always been the theme of my life, is just allowing him to navigate my own life, not having this really big elaborate plan for what I want to do, but really being in tune with how God sees me right now, the man that he sees me at this moment, and how he wants to use me, and if I'm willing to be used. And that's through prayer. That's through deep conversations. That's through seeking God in his word. That's through making sure you're listening to sermons and all the stuff that you're told when you grow up in church, right? The stuff that you hear, being able to apply that to your personal life, because he wants that relationship to be able to tell you what to do next. So that was it. You know, I went through the whole process of the draft, kind of leading up to it. It didn't happen in my favor, but he told me which direction to go next, and I chose the Houston Texans. From that point, I ended up going through everything, right? All the stuff, the same stuff that the drafted guys went through, and I grinded it out. I trusted God. He protected me. He kept me. And then I played my first 4 seasons in the NFL with the Houston Texans. My first 2 years, I started as a key piece to that defense. Those first 2 years, and then I had some injuries and setbacks, but I continued to listen to God. I didn't give up just because it looked uncertain, just because it didn't fit what I wanted it to be. I trusted Him through it all, and He continues to lead me. And then I dealt with Denver for a while, and then now I'm here in Detroit. And it's so much promise here, right? But it took me having to go through periods of growth and growing pains, and I don't know what to do next, and what's this look like, to see that God wanted to use me for His glory, for a certain place and a certain time, and it all makes sense. So I challenge you, in whatever area of life you're in, it's never too late, and this is the time to start now, to start trusting Him, to start putting your hope in Him, and knowing that He wants to use you for incredible things. So that's my testimony in a nutshell. There's so much more in between, but I hope at some point in time through Equip Live and even on my Instagram that you're able to kind of hear more and go through some discipleship. We'll talk life. Let's do it. So be well, and I hope to talk to you guys soon. All right, bye.